Okay, welcome back to the Blender 3 Docwalk. This is selecting. These are just a few shortcuts. So yeah, let's jump right in and talk about some of these shortcuts here. All right, the first one is box select. This is pretty typical box select, right? Just click and drag, and it will start your selection box and select anything that you touch. So that's that. You can also start the selection box by hitting B and then dragging your mouse. Next up is Lasso Select. This is not a geometrically stable rectangle. This is just going to allow you to just kind of circle and draw around what you want. And to initiate this, it is Control-Alt left mouse button. So Control-Alt left mouse button. I can draw whatever I want it to draw, circle what I want, and there I go. I can select those guys. That's Control-Alt left mouse button that does that. You have to hold Control-Alt and left mouse button down as you make the lasso. Select all is just like in your viewport. It's simply the letter A. It's going to select all. To deselect everything is Alt-A. Alt-A. All right, now you can invert your selection. So let's say we've got value, color. By the way, to add to your selection, I'm holding Shift down. Okay, so color, value, object, info, and join geometry. Okay, if I want to invert that selection, meaning I want to deselect the ones that are selected and then select the ones that are not selected, Control I is invert. So Control I, and that inverts my selection. All right, now we're going to jump over to compositing. And we are going to do select linked from and select linked to. So if I have this node selected, composite, and I hit L, any nodes that I'm being linked from, right, is going to select those as well. So if I hit L, now it's going to select that as well. If there were other nodes that were linking to my current node, it would select them as well. Now it works the other way. If I've got this selected and I want to select linked to, because the output is coming from here and linking to this, linking to the composite node, if I hit Shift L, now it's going to select linked to. All right, now we're going to go over select grouped. This is Shift G activates it, so hold Shift down, tap G, and it brings this menu up. This isn't immediately going to do anything, so let me show you how to work each one of these. First, I'm just going to get rid of this, and then we're going to add a few things here. Let's grab, I don't know. Let's get a material input, plop it right there, and I'm going to duplicate it a few times actually. 1, 2, 3 times. Now I'm going to bring up the side panel here and notice that, you know, we've gone over this before, but as you duplicate things or add objects of the same type, it will append a number to the end of the new ones in order. So my first one is just material. You'll see the name right here, just material. Second one is going to be material.001. Second one, .002. Third one, .003. Okay, now we're going to add, let's throw in a color ramp because fun, and we'll duplicate it. Remember, duplicate is Shift D. Shift D, and now you can see that it's doing the same thing. Color ramp .002, that's 001, and that is just plain color ramp. And whoops, I didn't want to do that. Remember, if you're in the middle of an operation, right clicking will cancel that operation. So I accidentally hit Control D, it duplicated it, and now I just have to hit the right, click the right mouse button, and it will cancel that duplication. Okay, now I'm going to hit Control A, and let's add just, let's do a couple of cubes. Cube 1, Shift D, Cube 2, Shift D, Cube 3, Cube D, Shift D, Cube 4, or Cube 3. Wow, I'm on a different planet today. Okay, so Cube 1, 2, and 3. All right, now we are going to go into our settings and change a few things for each one of these, okay? So I'm going to come over and select the first material, just the plain material, and I'm going to turn on color. See this color checkbox right here? I'm going to turn that on, and I'm going to select, let's do a nice, I don't know, that. Let's do purple. Okay, I'm going to do the purple, and I'm going to grab the hex code, Control C to copy that. Now I'm going to select color ramp. I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to paste the hex code, that purple, into the hex text input here. Hit enter, and now that one's purple. Now I'm going to take the first cube and do the same thing. So now the first of each of our node types is going to be this fun purple color. All right. Now, I think we're ready to roll here. All right. So Shift G, holding Shift down, tapping G. Okay. We can select grouped by type, color, prefix, or suffix. Now let's show you what each one of these does. Now say I want to select everything with the same background color as material. Shift G, I'm going to go to color, and now it has selected everything with this specific background color. Okay, when it says color, it's talking about this color, the background color. So that is Shift G for color, the selected grouped color option. All right, now let's select color ramp, Shift G. And let's see what type does. Okay, click type. All right, that selected all of my color ramp widgets. Type selects specifically the exact node type of whatever you have selected. So, if I do cube, Shift G, type is going to select all of my cubes. Okay, so now we've covered type and color. The prefix and suffix is a little different. We're still going to go up here and look at our node properties to determine what's going to be selected here. But first, let's come over to our first material. Let's do the second material. Okay. Now I'm going to hit Shift G, and I'm going to select prefix. Okay. So click on prefix, and that selected everything in my material column. All right. That's because when we are using select prefix or suffix, we are selecting according to what is in the name field. All right. The prefix is material. The suffix is 001. So the prefix is going to select everything with material up front. If I do that again, Control G and hit suffix, now it's going to select everything with the 002 suffix. Now, of course, you can rename these, however you want and manipulate them in different ways. So if I wanted to rename this G-Funk, copy that, and yeah, that's my first node, so I'm going to hit enter there. Okay, now this material, the second material node is G-Funk. Now let's do the third cube and name that G-Funk as well up front. All right, now if I do this same thing here, Control G, and do prefix now it's these two that it's going to select because they both have the same prefix. Again, though, if I go back, if I go back and do Shift G and suffix, I'm still getting the second of each one. The suffix 001. Okay, so that's the select grouped function. That's again Shift G, and let's move on to activate same type, previous and next. Okay, now we're moving on to the Shift square bracket shortcut. So this is activate same type, previous and next. Okay, so first I'm going to add geometry bounding box. Now notice this is the name right up in my node information box says bounding box, correct? Okay, I'm just going to drop it here, duplicate it. Now this is bounding box .001. I'm going to bring it down here. Okay, let's do another one. Bring this guy up here, duplicate it again, bring it out here. I'm trying to mix them up on purpose here. So that's 3, do another one, 4, and last one. We'll fill that gap in there. Okay, now I'm going to connect them to the join geometry node. So I'm going to grab bounding box here, stick it on there. Then I'm going to grab it from here, stick it in there. And then let's do this one next, and this one next, and then this one next. Alright, so now they're totally scattered order, right? Okay, now that I have one of them selected or activated, now keep in mind there's a difference between activating and selecting a node. Selecting nodes, okay, you'll notice that these all have red outlines, but there's only one with a white outline. This is the only one that's activated. These are simply just selected. Okay, that's the difference. The activated one is the one that whatever operation you do, it's going to happen to that one for the most part. I mean, you can select them all and then delete them, right? And then it's going to delete all of them, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to hold Shift down and hit my open square bracket. Okay, you'll see that it follows the same order. Okay, that's the end. Now I'm going to go back the other way with my closed square bracket, still with Shift being held down. Okay, it follows the order in which I connected the nodes. It has nothing to do with its, what the number is. It has to do with in what order I connected the nodes. So let's just connect a few of these, and let's just do this guy, and this guy. Well, actually, no, let's just do them all in order now so you can see exactly what I mean here. Okay, now I'm going to select the first one, Shift, open square bracket. Not going to do anything. It was the first one, which means I can't go further previous. So now I'm going to do Shift, close square bracket, and it's going to take me to the from left to right on down. Okay, so Shift, close square bracket, next one over, next one down, next one over, next one down, next one over. So that's what that does. Okay, now we have Control F, which is simply the find function. So Control F, it's got all of my nodes listed here. And if I have a huge a node tree and I'm trying to find something, I can type in like 001, and it's going to bring up the only thing with 001 in it. You can basically start from just about anywhere, like PUT. It's going to give me everything with PUT in there. So that's your node search. And last but not least, I think we already went over this just a little bit earlier, but if you want to select multiples, it's Shift left mouse button. So hold Shift down and then select the ones that I want to add to my selection group. And then you can just hit X and delete them all. All right, so that is it for that. That was selecting. And I will see you guys in the next video where we go over arranging nodes. If you're getting something out of the series and you're following along, and if you found this content helpful, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It will really help with getting this channel up and running. Again, I appreciate everybody that's been watching. I will see you guys in the next video.